Welcome to Hood Champion Boxing and Sports. In boxing, you find a way to win or you find a way to lose. Amanda Serrano, she fought last night. Look, she's undisputed. Congrats to her. She was in a tough fight. But I'm going to tell you this right now. Amanda Serrano, in my opinion, she looks sloppy. Katie Taylor will decision her. And I'm not talking about her decisioning her because they plan on fighting in Ireland. She's going to decision her because Amanda Serrano she just looks sloppy, man. She needs work. Her coach, the advice he was giving it to me was horrible. He was sitting there telling her how good of a job she was doing. No, she wasn't. She was in there, man. Let me tell you something. If Cruz, that's the last name of the opponent she fought, the Mexican fighter. If Cruz wasn't so aggressive and coming in with her head and got that cut, and all that blood was profusely just hemorrhaging into Cruz's eyes, let me tell you something. Serrano would have lost last night. If they would have stopped that fight at the end of round 4 and went to the scorecards, let me tell you, Serrano would have lost. Now, I saw the scorecards, so let me watch what I'm saying, right? Because I'm talking like I have no interest in the fight. The scorecards were a little crazy, but anyone who's watching that fight and being fair, Serrano, by round 4, she was losing. But when the cut happened, she was still losing the exchanges, you know what I'm saying? But down the road, about around 6, 7, you could see Cruz you get a little fatigue and Serrano hit her with a couple hard shots. But I just don't think throwing your jab, 1, 1, 2, 1, 2, clean 3, clean up hook, 1, 2, 3. Like, that's just not going to get it, man. You know what I'm saying? That's like what Andy Ruiz had become in that fight with Chris Arreola. He was just throwing it basically 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 1. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not going to get it. And I'm going to tell y'all, anyone who disagrees with me is cool, leave it in the comments. But if Serrano, she got lucky, the spirits were looking out for her. Maybe the secret society. I'm joking. But I'm telling you, Katie Taylor, man, the way she boxes and moves around the ring, Serrano's going to have to do more. You in there with a fighter like Cruz, who is looking to make it ugly, looking to come in with her head down and just letting those hands go. And she had fast hands. Like, she was throwing combinations. I was like, it's like she was caught up in a tornado. And I was like, Serrano is here with someone who's throwing like 10, 12 shots at one time. And Serrano's just there trying to throw a 1-2 or throw the 2 and, sometimes come with a hook. And Serrano was, crowding her punches. She wasn't getting the distance. Late in the fight where she started to kind of, create the separation and box and let her shots go. I said that's what she needs to be doing. But I just didn't like it. And I'm watching it and I'm like, man. And she couldn't knock the opponent out. She did hurt her pretty badly. But on another note, was anybody check out them shorts that the opponent had on? They're talking about the opponent needs to go back and, kind of to the drawing board. I'm like, well, she can go back to the drawing board, but don't go back to the tailor who made them damn shorts. I'm like, and them socks. Like, not what you should be doing. But anyway, let's get back to the subject. But for Taylor, Serrano going there fighting Taylor in Ireland, it's not going to work. She's going to have to figure out, she can't get caught up in the other person's fighting style. You know what I'm saying? And she can't look so sloppy. Like, they got to really work on her being sharp and accurate. The way her opponent was coming in with her head down, I was waiting for Ronda to just take the half a step back and shoot the uppercut. Step out to an angle and shoot the uppercut. Get out the line of fire. You know what I'm saying? It's not hard to do, because one thing, I will say this, Serrano was doing a good job with her eyes. The opponent was throwing shots and Serrano was just sitting there watching. And you can see that some of the shots, sorry about that, hitting her in the chest, hitting her on the arms, and her eyes were still on the opponent, so she could see the shots coming. But every now and then the opponent would catch her on the end of a combination. And was catching Serrano more than what I think Serrano took more shots than what was necessary. Even down towards the end of the fight, Serrano, I think she had a cut on her forehead. But it was just like a damn massacre, man. But I will say this. Women's boxing, putting men's boxing on notice. I don't care what they say about two-minute rounds. Forget about the time. It's the quality. It's the product that we're getting with these women fighting. It's the quality. Let me tell you something. Oh, I don't think women's boxing needs to have 3-minute rounds if they're going to make the kind of money the men make. I tell you what, I'd rather watch these women fight the way they're fighting, and they're fighting each other. I get it. It's a concentric pool of female fighters, so they don't really have many options. But that's neither here nor there. When it comes to the male fighters, there's an expanded group of male boxers, but it's a concentric group of the elite who won't fight each other. The women are doing it. Look how many undisputeds they got over there now in the different weight divisions. That's crazy. Cornball ass men, they can't get it right. Arguing over A side, B side, wrong side of the street. Transparency. Oh, this person doesn't do these kind of numbers. This person is a boring fighter. You got the men, the couple of men who really want to fight, they jumping from weight division to weight division trying to get a big fight and can't get it. But these women, I think the guys should take a note and look at what they're doing over there. They out there, it's like Dana White is controlling them. Champions fighting champions, find out who's the best. They're not going to sit here and play these games. Nah. One face, one name. Here's what it is. But going forward for Amanda Serrano, I still think she's a great fighter, man. You look, I'm just going to sit here and offer some critique that I just thought she looked super sloppy. 1, 2, 3. That's it. It just was sloppy. It was crazy. And the opponent had a lot to do with it because the opponent was just coming in there going all out. But I'm going to tell you, even that crowd, that New York crowd was kind of quiet. First, like really throughout the whole night, they weren't as loud and crazy as they can get because they were sitting there and they weren't expecting for Serrano to not be able to knock that opponent out, for that opponent to land the shot she was landing. That opponent came to fight. So it makes me wonder if Serrano's team did their homework. Just thinking Serrano would hit her and knock her out. No, they must not have done their homework. That's what I'm going to say, because there's no way in the world Serrano should have ended up in a shootout like that. But that being said, man, that's my 2 cents. She'll come back. She'll come back stronger. I hope they go back to the drawing board and figure some things out for Katie Taylor. Because I'll tell you what, that first Katie Taylor fight, her and Serrano, man, Serrano almost had her. But Taylor, she has both of them have it. But there's something deep down inside a fighter where when the going gets tough, the tough gets going, right? And Taylor has it. Serrano has it too. But if Serrano's going to be super sloppy and throw wide shots and just look for a 1, 2, 3 all the time in there against Taylor, that's not going to work. I just don't think that's going to work. But we'll see. But I definitely will say this. When it comes to a lot of fighters, and male or female, right? I think in most instances, they'll rise to the level of the opposition. So I think Serrano is going to really look at the mistakes she made and make the necessary tweaks before she goes all the way over to Ireland to fight Katie Taylor. And I think we're going to get a great fight when they get back in the ring. But if she just thinks she can just go over with her power alone and 1, 2, 3, Katie Taylor, she's going to get down so far down the scorecard, she's going to need a knockout by round 7 or 8. Like, that's just my prediction. Because Katie Taylor, man, she has the legs, she got the speed, she got the boxing IQ, and she knows that Serrano can hurt her. She's not going to sit there and allow Serrano to just catch her with something wild. But that being said, y'all keep cool. More to come. Leave your comments below. Consider donating to the channel. I'm in the breeze.